There is one small habit that many people over 60 do every single day without realizing it might be quietly pushing their blood sugar higher and higher. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is. And more importantly, you will know which simple drinks many doctors quietly recommend to help support healthy blood sugar levels as we age. Some of these drinks are sitting in your kitchen right now. One of them might surprise you so much that you will want to share this video with a friend or family member before you even finish watching it. Stay with me, because the very last drink on this list has a benefit that almost nobody talks about. And it might be the most important one of all now before we go any further. Let's talk honestly about why blood sugar becomes such a challenge after 60. This is not because your body suddenly stops working properly. It is because of small, gradual changes that build up over the years. One of the biggest changes is something called insulin resistance. And in simple terms, this means your cells slowly become less responsive to insulin, which is the hormone that helps sugar move out of your blood and into your cells for energy. When your cells do not respond as well, sugar tends to stay in the bloodstream longer than it should as we age. Muscle mass naturally decreases. And muscle is actually one of the main places where your body stores and uses sugar. So less muscle can mean less efficient sugar processing. On top of that, metabolism slows down, physical activity often decreases. And many people unintentionally drink less water than they did when they were younger. Dehydration alone can make blood sugar readings appear higher. Because when there is less water in your bloodstream, sugar becomes more concentrated. This is one of the simplest and most overlooked factors in blood sugar management. This is exactly why what you drink matters so much. The right beverages can support hydration, provide helpful plant compounds, and in some cases gently support the way your body responds to insulin. But I want to be completely clear with you from the very beginning. No drink on this list is a replacement for any medication your doctor has prescribed. These drinks are meant to support a healthy lifestyle alongside your medical care, not instead of it. If you have diabetes, kidney disease, liver disease, or you take medication that affects blood sugar, please talk to your doctor or pharmacist before making any significant changes to your diet, especially because some natural ingredients can interact with medications. Now, let's get into the drinks themselves, and I promise you, some of these will surprise you before we continue. If you find this kind of information valuable, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It genuinely helps this information reach more people who need it. And if you have a favorite drink from your own routine, drop it in the comments. I read them. Now, let's start with the most underrated one of all. First drink is simply water. Plain water, and I know that sounds almost as simple to matter. But here is the myth I want to correct right away. Many people believe that because water has no sugar in it, it cannot possibly affect blood sugar readings. That is actually false. Water plays a direct role in how concentrated the sugar in your blood becomes when you are properly hydrated. Your kidneys can help flush out excess sugar through urine more effectively when you are dehydrated. Blood sugar can appear artificially elevated simply because there is less fluid to dilute it. For adults over 60, thirst signals often become weaker, which means many seniors are mildly dehydrated without even feeling thirsty. A good general guideline is to sip water steadily throughout the day, rather than drinking a large amount all at once. Aim for small glasses spread out, morning, midday, and evening. People with kidney conditions or those on fluid restrictions should always follow their doctor's specific guidance on water intake. The most common mistake people make is only drinking water when they feel thirsty. By that point, mild dehydration has often already begun. A simple way to build this habit is to keep a glass or bottle of water visible on your kitchen counter or beside your favorite chair, so it becomes a natural reminder. Next drink surprised even many doctors when research began highlighting it more seriously, and that is cinnamon tea. Cinnamon contains natural compounds that may help improve how the body responds to insulin. Some studies suggest that certain compounds in cinnamon may help slow the breakdown of carbohydrates in the digestive tract, which can lead to a gentler rise in blood sugar after meals. For adults over 60, this can be particularly helpful around mealtimes when blood sugar spikes are most common. The best time to enjoy cinnamon tea is generally with or shortly after a meal. A common serving is 1 cup made from a small stick of cinnamon steeped in hot water for about 10 minutes. People taking blood-thinning medication should be cautious, because certain types of cinnamon in large quantities may have mild blood-thinning properties, and this should always be discussed with a doctor first. A common mistake is using excessive amounts of cinnamon powder daily. More is not always better. A gentle daily cup is a reasonable way to enjoy it as part of a balanced routine. Now here is a myth versus fact moment I want to address. Many people believe that any tea labeled as a diabetic tea or a detox tea is automatically safe and effective. That is not true. Some commercial blends are heavily marketed without strong scientific support, and some even contain added sugars or stimulants that could cause more harm than good. Always check ingredient labels carefully. And when in doubt, simple. Single ingredient teas like the ones we are discussing today are usually the safer choice. Green tea is our next recommendation, and this one has been studied quite extensively. Green tea contains a compound called EGCG, which is a type of antioxidant that may help support healthy insulin sensitivity. Several population studies have observed that regular green tea drinkers tend to have somewhat better blood sugar control compared to non-drinkers. Though researchers are careful to note this is an association, not a guaranteed cause and effect relationship for seniors. Green tea also offers a gentler caffeine content compared to coffee, which can be easier on the body. A good time to drink green tea is mid-morning or early afternoon. 1 to 2 cups a day is a commonly suggested amount. People who are sensitive to caffeine or who have certain heart rhythm conditions should discuss green tea with their doctor first. A common mistake is steeping green tea in boiling water, which can make it bitter and destroy some beneficial compounds. Water just below boiling, around 80 degrees Celsius, is ideal. A simple way to include it daily is to replace one afternoon coffee with a cup of green tea. Instead, black tea deserves its own place on this list as well. Black tea contains different but related compounds called theaflavins and theorubigens, which may also support healthy blood sugar responses. Some research suggests black tea drinkers show modestly improved markers of blood sugar control over time. For adults over 60 who enjoy a traditional cup of tea in the morning, this is an easy and comforting option. The best time is typically morning with breakfast. 1 cup is a reasonable serving. Those sensitive to caffeine should be mindful, since black tea contains more caffeine than green tea. A common mistake is adding large amounts of sugar or cream, which can offset the benefits. Try a small splash of milk without added sugar. Instead, here comes a drink that many people have never even heard of in this context, and that is hibiscus tea. Hibiscus is well known for its deep red color and tart flavor, and some research has looked at its potential to support healthy blood pressure and, to a lesser extent, blood sugar levels. This matters greatly for seniors, because high blood pressure and blood sugar issues often occur together. Hibiscus tea is best enjoyed in the afternoon, either warm or chilled. 1 cup is a typical serving. People taking blood pressure medication should speak with their doctor before drinking hibiscus regularly, since it may have an additive effect on lowering blood pressure. A common mistake is assuming more hibiscus means better results. Moderation is key. A simple way to enjoy it is as a refreshing iced tea alternative to sugary Cider. Stay with me, because the next one is a mistake many people make without even realizing it. Fenugreek water. Fenugreek seeds contain a type of fiber that may slow down sugar absorption in the gut. Several small studies have suggested fenugreek may help support healthy fasting blood sugar levels when used consistently. The traditional method is soaking about 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds in water overnight, then drinking the water in the morning. This is often done on an empty stomach. But this is exactly where the number 1 mistake happens. Some people consume large amounts of fenugreek seeds at once, thinking faster results will follow. This can lead to digestive discomfort such as bloating or diarrhea. A modest, consistent amount is far more sensible than a large occasional dose. People who are on blood-thinning medication or who have certain digestive conditions should check with their doctor first. A good way to include this is simply preparing it the night before as part of your evening routine. Apple cider vinegar drink is next, and this one has become quite popular in recent years. Some research suggests that vinegar may help slightly blunt the rise in blood sugar after a carbohydrate-containing meal. possibly by slowing stomach emptying and affecting certain digestive enzymes. For adults over 60, this may be particularly relevant after larger meals. The common preparation is 1 to 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar diluted in a full glass of water. Taken shortly before a meal, undiluted vinegar should never be consumed directly, as it can damage tooth enamel and irritate the throat and stomach lining. People with acid reflux, ulcers, or certain stomach conditions should avoid this or consult their doctor first. A common mistake is drinking it in excessive amounts thinking it will work faster. This can cause significant digestive irritation. Always dilute it well and start with a small amount to see how your body responds. Almond water is wonderfully simple, and it is often underestimated. Lemon water contains vitamin C and plant compounds that may support overall metabolic health. While lemon itself has a fairly minimal direct effect on blood sugar, its main benefit here is encouraging people to drink more water throughout the day, which, as we discussed earlier, plays an important role in blood sugar concentration. Morning is a popular time for lemon water. Using the juice of half a lemon in a glass of water. People with acid reflux or sensitive teeth should be cautious with frequency, since the acidity can affect enamel over time. Using a straw can help reduce contact with teeth. A common mistake is adding honey or sugar to make it sweeter, which can undo much of the benefit. Tea is another wonderful option. Ginger contains compounds that have been studied for their potential to support healthy insulin function and reduce inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now understood to play a role in insulin resistance. So ingredients that help calm inflammation may offer indirect support for blood sugar. Ginger tea is well suited for either morning or evening. 1 cup made from a few fresh slices of ginger steeped in hot water is a common serving. People taking blood-thinning medication should be cautious, as ginger may have mild blood-thinning properties. A common mistake is using excessive amounts of ginger, which can cause heartburn in some people. A moderate cup enjoyed a few times a week is a sensible aperitif. Golden milk is next on our list, and many doctors have taken new interest in this one. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound studied for its anti-inflammatory properties. And as we just discussed, inflammation is closely tied to insulin resistance. Golden milk is traditionally made with warm milk or a plant-based milk alternative. A small amount of turmeric, and sometimes a pinch of black pepper, which may help the body absorb curcumin more effectively. Evening is a popular time to enjoy this warm, comforting drink. 1 cup is a reasonable serving. People on blood-thinning medication or those with gallbladder issues should consult their doctor before regular use. A common mistake is using excessive turmeric powder, which can cause stomach upset. Start with a small amount and adjust to taste and tolerance. Unsweetened almond milk is a helpful option for those looking to reduce their intake of dairy or sugar-sweet beverages. It is naturally low in carbohydrates compared to regular cow's milk, which means it generally has a smaller impact on blood sugar. It can be enjoyed at any time of day, whether in a warm drink, over cereal, or on its own. 1 cup is a typical serving. People should always check the label carefully, because many flavored versions contain added sugar despite being marketed as healthy. This is actually a very common mistake. Always choose the plain, unsweetened variety, and read the nutrition label rather than relying on the front of the package. Tomato juice often surprises people when it comes up in this conversation. Tomatoes contain lycopene and other antioxidants, and unsweetened tomato juice has a relatively low impact on blood sugar compared to many fruit juices, which tend to be much higher in natural sugars. This makes tomato juice a reasonable alternative for those who enjoy a savory drink option. It works well as a mid-morning or early afternoon choice. A small glass is a sensible serving. People with acid reflux may find tomato juice aggravates symptoms, so caution is advised. The most common mistake is choosing juice with added salt or sugar. Always look for a plain, no salt added version when possible. Vegetable juice follows a similar principle. A juice made primarily from non-starchy vegetables such as cucumber, celery, and leafy greens tends to have a much gentler effect on blood sugar compared to fruit-heavy juices. These juices can provide vitamins, minerals, and hydration without a significant sugar load. They are well suited as a light snack replacement between meals. A small glass is a reasonable serving. People on certain blood pressure or blood thinning medications should be mindful of ingredients like celery, which can interact with these medications. Always check with your doctor if you take such medications. A common mistake is choosing juices with fruit added for sweetness, which can significantly raise the sugar content. Reading the ingredient list carefully helps avoid this. Chamomile tea offers a gentler, more indirect benefit. Some research has looked at chamomile's potential to support relaxation and reduce stress. And stress hormones like cortisol are known to raise blood sugar levels. This means that a calming cup of chamomile tea in the evening may offer indirect support for blood sugar by helping improve sleep quality and reducing stress. Evening is the ideal time for this tea. 1 cup about an hour before bed is a common approach. People taking blood thinning medication should check with their doctor, as chamomile may have mild blood thinning effects. A common mistake is drinking chamomile too early in the day expecting an energizing effect. It is meant to be calming, not stimulating. Peppermint tea is another gentle, caffeine-free option. While its direct effect on blood sugar is less studied compared to some other options on this list, it can support digestive comfort after meals. And comfortable digestion can play a supporting role in overall metabolic well-being. It is well suited after meals. 1 cup is a typical serving. People with acid reflux should be cautious, as peppermint can sometimes worsen reflux symptoms in certain individuals. A common mistake is assuming peppermint tea alone can significantly lower blood sugar. It is best thought of as a comforting addition rather than a primary strategy. Goat milk is a less commonly discussed option, but it deserves attention. Goat milk has a slightly different fat and protein structure compared to cow's milk, and some people find it easier to digest. It contains valuable nutrients like calcium and protein, which support muscle maintenance. And remember, muscle plays an important role in blood sugar regulation. It can be enjoyed at breakfast or as part of a warm evening drink. 1 cup is a reasonable serving. People with milk protein allergies should still avoid goat milk, as allergic reactions can occur even though lactose content differs. A common mistake is assuming goat milk is sugar-free. It still contains natural milk sugars. If this video has been helpful so far, this is a great moment to hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed yet, now is a good time. It truly helps this channel continue creating trustworthy, easy to understand health content for you and for others in this stage of life. And I would genuinely love to know in the comments which of these drinks you are most excited to try first. Let's bring everything together now. Blood sugar naturally becomes more challenging to manage after 60 due to insulin resistance, reduced muscle mass, slower metabolism, and often overlooked dehydration. The drinks we covered today, from simple water to cinnamon tea, green tea, black tea, hibiscus tea, fenugreek water, apple cider vinegar drink, lemon water, ginger tea, turmeric golden milk, unsweetened almond milk, tomato juice, vegetable juice, chamomile tea, peppermint tea, goat milk, kefir, and a thoughtfully made low-sugar berry smoothie can each play a small supporting role in a broader, healthy lifestyle. None of them are magic. None of them replace medication, and none of them guarantee results on their own. But together, alongside guidance from your doctor, thoughtful eating habits, and regular movement when possible, they can be a meaningful part of supporting healthier blood sugar levels. As you remember, always speak with your doctor or pharmacist before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you live with diabetes, kidney disease, liver disease, or take medication that affects blood sugar. Your healthcare provider knows your full medical history and can guide you safely. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found this valuable, please like this video. Subscribe for more trustworthy health information made especially for you. Share this with a friend or family member who might benefit from it. And let me know in the comments which drink you plan to try first. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.